How old were you when you first started?
Well, when I was 16, 17, I drank, never had a problem with it. And then 18, tried weed, didn't like it. But at 20, I got introduced to pills, and then it took off from there.
What kind of pills?
Percocet.
Wow, second time I heard that today. Wow. What was the need for the Percocet?
First, it started with, I guess, numbing my emotions and
What were you
not
trying to know?
wanting to
Go ahead.
feel, you know, anything at the time. Me and my ex were fighting, and my friend at the time said, "Oh, here, try this." And I did.
What was the feeling you were trying to numb? What were you feeling?
Just emotional pain and heartache and anxiety, depression.
What did they do to make you feel that?
Who?
You, uh, hold on a minute. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Uh, what was the catalyst of this emotions that you were feeling? This pain. What is the catalyst to that? You know, abusive home, drugs at home, feeling unworthy.
Um, I felt I had a lot of, very self conscious behavior and just very always worried about everything. And at the time, I was with a pretty abusive boyfriend,
What do you mean by
and
abusive?
physically and mentally,
He beat you
a couple times.
a couple of times, and how would he verbally abuse you?
Just making me feel completely worthless, leave me crying in a ball hysterically like, every other day, being completely obsessive and just not nice at all.
Why didn't you just leave?
I tried to break up with him, and he told me no. He's the type that would show up, he chased me down in his car and found me and just wouldn't let it happen.
So to numb that pain and to deal with that type of abusive anger relationship, you had a drug.
Mm-hmm.
So you started with Percocet. What'd you go to next?
Uh, Pills stayed for a long time, upping the doses and stronger pills, but eventually the pills got hard to find and were expensive, and we got introduced to heroin.
What were some of the other pills that you led to from Percocet?
Roxy 10s, 20s, 30s, didn't like Vicodins, Percocet 10s,
So you're pretty
whatever.
much numbing yourself pretty much on a daily basis just to be able to cope.
It got to that point, yeah.
When did your family find out?
They didn't find out for a while, till I was 23. I mean, as things went on, they knew something was going on. And my dad and my brothers and his wife actually knew for 3 months and didn't say anything. My mom wasn't living at home then, so she didn't know and nobody told her. But I found out later they knew for 3 months, and then we were having a little family meeting at my brother's, and I was about to leave because my other brother was being very rude about some of the fucked up things we did. But my sister-in-law came downstairs with her Disney fund because my brother kept asking, "Oh, where's my money? Where's my money?" And she came down and slammed her Disney fund on the floor and said to him, "I'll give you $300 to shut up about your money, and I'll give you $300 to stay, and you can go spend it on heroin. I don't want you to, but if you're going to, you're going to." And I instantly broke down into tears because I found out they knew for those 3 months, and if they had said anything, I would have said yes, I needed help, but I didn't want to disappoint my family and tell them I'd been doing heroin, because nobody in my family does drugs, none of them. And I just felt like this giant disappointment. So I instantly hysterically started crying and said I could have died all those times and been dead up in my room, but all you cared about was your money, and was just kind of hurt.
Did you ever think about committing suicide?
Yeah, I have anxiety and depression before my drug use too.
Did you actually attempt suicide at any point?
No.
Okay. How do you feel about dealing with an abusive, angry boyfriend who beats on you, and then you turn around and you also have a family which tried to basically what it sounds like be in denial, and then approach you 3 months later? How did that make you feel as a person?
Shitty and hurt, and I don't know, a lot of things. You know I could have said something, but so could they. My dad was talking to work colleagues about it who had, brothers that used drugs, and would send him pictures of the stuff, and they'd say, oh, she's probably just using, not selling. And like my dad moved stuff out of the house because he was going to call the cops on us and didn't want to lose his guns. And that all just hurt me. It came down to my dad being more mad about the stuff that went missing. And
It sounds like instead of being concerned about what was driving you to the drugs to begin with,
yeah,
seems to me like a very insensitive individual.
yeah.
Okay. What was the scariest feeling, or the scariest experience, I should say, during your drugging time?
Probably when I overdosed. My dad actually went to leave to go get food, and usually he doesn't come up and say anything to me. And he found me blue on the floor and gave me CPR for 10 minutes until the ambulances arrived, because we live in the country, so it takes a while. And I didn't even care when I woke up. I was more upset that they knew I used again, and didn't really care that I almost died, and didn't really care what I did to them, because I was at such a
Yeah.
hopeless spot.
You know, it seems like you're more concerned about what everybody else thinks about you than what you think about you.
At that time, yeah.
Is that changing now that you're here at
Yes.
Fellowship?
Yeah, it is.
Do you feel like you're getting the support that you need?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been in here?
I went to rehab for 40 some days, and now I've been here for 3 weeks.
And this is different for you here this time?
Yeah, I've actually never been in treatment before. I never went to rehab before. I weaseled my way out of it for the 3 years they knew what was going on, and my dad kept insisting. And I actually have a lot of chronic pain too. So I said that, rehab's not going to help with my pain. They're going to, do this and that, and I'm not going to be able to function. And then we found the rehab I went to, and they did actually help with my pain and got me on good meds, so I feel good, which was always one of my biggest downfalls, and put me in Fellowship, where I have amazing roommates and amazing girls there, and I just feel good and happy, and learning to focus on myself and do what I need to do for me.
Jess, I feel your pain. I feel you. And I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank
This
you.
is one hell of a challenge.
Yeah.
And God bless you. Thank you for sharing the story with us. And we wish for a sober life and a much better future. And to make sure that you're surrounded by people that love you and care for you. But it starts with loving yourself and caring for yourself. So start that journey and
I
keep
am.
going. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jess. Appreciate it.